people who spent weekend after weekend searching for the body of Kira. Last night, Steger united once more. Kira's physique again last night. Kira's body was found last month in the Mississippi River. Her husband Jeffrey Trevino was awaiting trial for her murder. The family hosted a fundraiser at Burger Mo in St. Paul Thursday to raise money and to thank those connected to case. On the chilly morning of Thursday, February 21, 2013, Kira Steger started her workday as normal, in her opinion. Colleagues. She was in high spirits, sharing plans to dine at a fine restaurant with her husband Jeffrey Trevino after her shift. Kira's work ethic and punctuality were well known. She was the kind of person who never missed a day at work without justification. Jeffrey and Kira, who had met 3 years prior, shared a story that seemed straight out of a fairy tale. Their initial encounter had sparked an undeniable connection, leading to a whirlwind romance and eventually culminating in a joyous wedding to the outside world. Their marriage appeared blissful and stable. But below the surface, there were whispers of occasional disagreements that thought these were private, away from the prying eyes of friends, family, and colleagues. However, a wave of concern washed over Kira's workplace on Saturday. Her unannounced absence on February 23 was out of character, known for her strict adherence to schedules and her disdain for tardiness. Her no-show raised alarms. Attempts to contact Kira proved futile, leading her worried colleagues to reach out to Jeffrey. He claimed ignorance about her whereabouts, mentioning that she had left home the previous morning and had not come back. While Kira was reputed to occasionally spend a night away at their friends' or relatives' house unannounced, this instance felt different, especially given the severe now storm that had hit the area. Jeffy's lack of concern was puzzling. He suggested that perhaps Kira's car had gotten stuck, or her phone. As the day went on, no battery had died yet. With now word from Kira had filed a missing persons report and contacted her family, the news of her mysterious disappearance struck her family like a lightning bolt, filling them with dread and perplexity. For the Bloomington Police Department, upon receiving the missing persons report for Kira Steger, sprang into action. Standard procedure in such cases involves questioning the spouse and conducting a thorough search of the immediate surroundings. The detectives' first destination was Jeff's house, where they hoped to glean insights into the couple's last known interactions. Jeffrey recounted the events of Thursday night, a pleasant evening at the Mall of America filled with dinner conversation, bowling, and plans to watch a movie back at home. He maintained that Kira left for a work event following morning, acting completely normal. He downplayed their recent relationship troubles as minor, typical arguments. The detectives probed further, inquiring regarding possible partners or friends Kira might have been with. Jeffrey dismissed these notions, insisting on his trust and love for his wife. The investigators then extended their search to the Mall of America, leveraging its extensive security camera network to verify Jeffy's account and collect clues. At America's Mall, one of the largest shopping centers globally, offered a myriad of investigative avenues with its array of stores, theme parks, an oceanarium, cinemas, a golf course, and more. The detectives meticulously reviewed the footage from February 21st. It corroborated Jeffy's story. The couple had left the mall together without any evident indications of conflict. As the days went by, now word from Kira, the uncertainty and fear for her safety grew exponentially. Desperate for answers, Kira's family traveled to Bloomington armed with flyers adorned with her image. They canvassed the streets, attaching flyers to poles and handing them out to onlookers with the intention of drum up as much attention as possible. In the search, Kira's community rallied around them, sharing in their anguish and hope for Kira's safe return. The investigation into her mysterious disappearance continued with every passing moment, adding to the urgency of the situation. In the wake of Kira's mysterious disappearance, her family and the investigators were driven by unwavering commitment to finding the truth. The family, refusing to be passive, their search took to the streets with leaflets bearing Kira's image, hoping to jog the memory of anyone who might have seen her. Meanwhile, the detectives delved deeper into the investigation, following every lead with meticulous attention. One such lead emerged when the investigators spoke with the pair's neighbors. They noticed a surveillance camera installed on one of the houses, strategically positioned to capture a view of Kira and Jeffy's home. The camera's footage became a critical piece of evidence, potentially holding the key in order comprehend the circumstances preceding Kira's disappearance. Simultaneously, a breakthrough came from the cell phone company's record. Kira's phone logs revealed the existence of another man in her life, Ryan Wendt, who was not only the manager of a store chain where Kira worked, but also her secret lover. Their relationship, intense and prolonged, was now at the forefront. Regarding the inquiry, Ryan's abrupt departure from state movement coinciding with Kira's disappearance painted a suspicious picture. Was his departure a mere coincidence, or was there a more sinister explanation? The detectives quickly established contact with Ryan in Colorado during the interrogation, verified his continued correspondence with Kira, including text exchanges while she was with her husband. These texts, sent shortly before her disappearance, painted a picture of our relationship in turmoil. The detectives, scrutinizing Ryan's phone records and credit card statements, concluded that he was indeed not in the state at the crucial moment, so removing him from the suspect list. However, the intrigue deepened when the surveillance footage from the neighbor's camera was reviewed. Cameras sweeping across the street captured fleeting glimpses of Kira and Jeffy's house. The footage was challenging to analyze due to its rapid movement and low quality. Nonetheless, an important discovery was made. About Kira's car was seen leaving the yard after 2 a.m. Jeffy's explanation for this late-night activity was a simple errand to fill the car with gas. Story corroborated by footage of him at a gas station around 3:30 a.m. But his actions afterwards remained a mystery, as he was seen heading towards the highway instead of returning home. The investigators faced the challenge of piecing together these fragmented clues. The surveillance camera, constantly rotating, missed capturing Jeffy's go home, creating a void in the schedule. Further scrutiny of the footage revealed Kira's Chevrolet driving away at 9:21 a.m. Yet the driver remained unidentified. As the investigation continued, the puzzle grew more complex. The family's efforts in spreading awareness and the detectives' relentless pursuit of the truth were converging, bringing them one step closer to removing the mystery of Kira's disappearance. The community's involvement, the technological evidence, and the intricate web of personal relationships were all pieces of a larger puzzle, each holding the potential to reveal what really happened to Kira. The unsettling mystery of the dramatic turning. Kira's disappearance occurred when, on Monday, February 25th, a report of a suspicious vehicle parked for several days near the shopping center where Kira worked reached the police department. The vehicle, discovered in one of the two multi-story parking lots at the center, had drawn the attention of. They are prompted to call for a tow by security guard. Struck. The tow truck driver, upon inspecting the vehicle, made a chilling discovery: red smudges on the trunk lid that appeared suspiciously like blood. This prompted an immediate call to the police. The vehicle, a white Chevy, was soon identified. Asking the presence of blood, or B, in small amounts on the car was an extremely unsettling sign. Investigators also found Kira's purse in the car, containing divorce court forms hinting at a troubled marital life near the car. In the snow lay another crucial piece of evidence, a rolled-up trunk mat with dark stains, later confirmed through DNA testing to be Kira's blood. This grim discovery shattered Kira's family and friends' final wishes, who had clung to the possible of her safe return. Question of how and why she met such a fate haunted them. The lack of Kira's body only added to their anguish, leaving them with unanswered questions and unresolved grief. The investigation intensified. Tension to the person who had left Kira's car in the parking lot. Surveillance footage from the mall showed the car arriving at 9:41 a.m. just 20 minutes after leaving Kira and Jeffy's house. However, the identity of the driver remained a mystery, as there were no cameras in the specific area where the car was found. A breakthrough came from a camera placed next to a route that leads to where Kira's car was parked. It captured a man in a hoodie crossing the street and heading to a taxi, and where he engaged briefly with the driver before departing in the cab. The police tracked down the cab company and, using GPS data, determined that the man in the hood had been abandoned a block from the residence of Kira and Jeffy house. This same cab was seen in footage from a camera that had partially captured the couple's home. The hooded man was seen entering their house wearing a distinctive white logo on his hoodie. Carrying a search warrant from Sir Law enforcement officers descended upon Jeffrey and Kira's seemingly ordinary home, only to cover horrifying evidence beneath its mundane exterior in the couple's bedroom. Criminalists found numerous dark red stains on the wall and mattress, suggesting a violent incident. Luminol testing revealed a copious amount of blood on the carpet that's not visible to the unaided eye from the bedroom and leading elsewhere in the house. Forensic tests confirmed the blood to be Kira, solidifying the grim belief that she was no longer alive. Jeffy's car, devoid of blood or signs of a struggle, yielded an essential piece of proof. A receipt from a gas station timed just before Kira's car was abandoned at the mall. Security footage from the gas station showed Jeffrey making a purchase and withdrawing cash from an ATM wearing a jacket with a logo matching the one seen on the hooded man based on the overwhelming proof. 39-year-old Jeffrey Trevino was detained and became the prime suspect. He immediately sought legal counsel and was advised to remain silent during police questioning. Although the police had strong evidence, the discovery of Kira's body would be the most damning evidence against him. Despite extensive searches by the police, Kira's family and volunteers, her body remained elusive. As the snow started to fall in late March to melt, volunteers found a blooded pillow shirt and bra in a bag near Kella Lake, just miles from the Trevino house. Forensic tests linked these goods to Kira, but despite careful examinations of the lake and surrounding area, including efforts by divers and search dogs, Kira's remains were not found. The lack of her body left a haunting void in the case as the community grappled. Following the devastating loss, the terrifying search went on 2.5 months after Kira's disappearance. On a somber day in May 2013, the St. Paul Police Department received a call that would bring a tragic turn in the case. Hammond reported a harrowing discovery in the Mississippi River, what he believed to be a dead body. The police, upon reaching the site, retrieved a body from the murky waters, confirming the caller's disturbing find. The body, devoid of clothing, was in an advanced state of dental records that were deconstructed. Gave him confirmation the investigators dreaded. The body was indeed Kira's. Autopsy reports revealed severe blunt force trauma to her forehead and a fractured index finger on her left hand. However, due to the extent of decomposition, the exact cause of death remained elusive. Armed with this new evidence, detectives painstakingly pieced together the likely sequence of the tragic events that led to Kira's demise. Were inferred. On the night of her disappearance, a confrontation erupted between Kira and Jeffrey. It likely began with Jeffrey discovering Kira's text exchanges with another man, leading to a violent altercation where Kira's finger was broken and her phone seized in a rage fueled by jealousy and betrayal. Jeffrey's actions escalated tragically, culminating following Kira's passing. Hess started a planned endeavor to conceal his crime using Kira's car. He transported her body to the river, stopping at a gas station en route. Along the way, he disposed of a bag containing her belongings, including her blood-stained pillow and clothes, anticipating the need for untraceable transportation. After abandoning Kira's car at the mall, Jeffrey withdrew cash for a taxi ride home the next day. Jeffrey's actions were keeping up a front of normalcy, while meticulously cleaning the house to erase any traces of the crime. His intent was to craft a narrative suggesting that Kira had left that morning of her own accord. However, this meticulously surveillance footage exposed a planned lie, which contradicted his version of events. In October 2013, case culminated in a courtroom drama where 39-year-old Jeffrey Trevino stood trial. The jury, swayed by the evidence, supported their finding that he was guilty. Defense's assertion that his actions were not premeditated, but rather the result of a sudden heat of the moment argument. On discovering his wife's infidelity, the sentencing phase was emotionally charged. Kira's family members, engulfed in sorrow and rage, expressed their suffering and condemnation. Kira's sister Carrie and Steer branded Jeffrey a calculated criminal deserving no mercy. Her mother, Marcy, echoed this sentiment, lamenting how her daughter was discarded without a shred of compassion. Kira's father, Jay, expressed their irrevocable loss and enduring pain. Jeffrey's actions should cause their family, stating that there would be no penalty ever suffice. In November 2013, Jeffrey Trevino was sentenced to 272 prison with the possibility of parole, set for 2031. The sentence, though substantial, stood as a cold comfort to Kira's family, who were left to grapple with the irreversible loss and the haunting memories of a life taken too soon. The community, shaken by the severity of the crime and the subsequent court case, reflected on the tragic events, pondering the delicate justice system and the lasting damage caused by such senseless acts of violence.